We've got some big news today, so let's jump right in. CPI numbers for the pound came out last night, and they actually came out lower than expected, with inflation dropping down to 10.1%. Retail sales in the US came out this morning, and no matter how you look at it, retail numbers beat expectations significantly. Monthly retail sales came out at 3%, and core monthly retail sales at 2.3%. Finishing out today, we have the Australian unemployment rate. Those numbers won't come out until 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time tonight, and they are expected to remain unchanged at 3.5%.
All right, everybody, let's go ahead and check out the market heat map. Let's see how all of our assets are trending so far today. Up here at the top, we have Euro AUD, Euro GBP, USD ZAR, USD JPY, the German 30, and USD CAD. So mostly up top, we have US dollar pairs. We have two Euro pairs at the very, very top though, with Euro AUD being our biggest mover to the upside out of all of our assets, up 1.09% on the day so far. Down here at the bottom, we have GBP CHF, gold, NZD USD, Aussie CHF, GBP USD, and Aussie USD, with Aussie USD being our biggest mover to the downside, down 1.67% on the day so far. So a lot of volatility with our US dollar pairs off of those retail sales today. We can see Aussie USD, GBP USD, and NZD USD down here towards the bottom. And up here at the top, we have USD ZAR, USD JPY, and USD CAD. So we have US dollar pairs both at the top and the bottom of the market heat map right now. Let's check out the watch list. Let's see if we have any US dollar pairs in our buys or sells. I can already see that we do. Let's remove these neutral biases as well as indices and commodities so that we can focus on our currency pairs. And there we go. We are left with 5 buy signals. 3 of them are US dollar pairs, actually, USD JPY, USD CAD, and USD ZAR, with a strong buy score of +7. And then a whole list of sells right here, including 5 strong sells, 2 that are -10 scores. AUD USD and GBP USD are both -10 scores in the Edge Finder. That's crazy. Along with Euro USD, NZD USD, GBP CHF. So NZD USD, Euro USD, Aussie USD, and GBP USD, all strong sells. And we also have USD CAD, USD JPY as buys, and USD ZAR as a strong buy. So the dollar is moving like crazy in the markets right now. I mean, that's similar to what we saw in the market heat map. In fact, let's compare what we're seeing right here in the watch list to what we're seeing in the market heat map. The market heat map, if you're unfamiliar with it, is a list of all of our assets that we have here in the Edge Finder, and it's getting updated every 15 minutes with how either up or down a pair is. So this percentage shows you the percentage up or the percentage down that the pair or the asset is on the day so far, again, because it's getting updated every 15 minutes from whatever price point it started the day at. So USD ZAR is our strongest buy of the day, and it's actually up 0.83% on the day. So that would have been a nice one to take a look at. USD JPY up 0.83% and USD CAD up 0.64% on the day right now. USD CHF, I'm noticing right here, also up 0.41%. But let's see, AUD USD, GBP USD, NZD USD down 1.16%, 1.37%, and 1.67%. GBP USD and AUD USD, I believe, were our 2 strong sells with -10 scores. Yep, right there. So they are absolutely selling off today so far. Why don't we take a look at one of these, AUD USD or GBP USD? I believe I took a look at AUD USD on Monday, and we did just have some CPI numbers for the pound come out very early this morning. So why don't we check out GBP USD, strong sell score of -10. So here we are on the GBP USD breakdown page. Here are our brand new inflation numbers. Like I mentioned earlier, 10.1% inflation for the pound now. But before we break all this down, I want to point out, you see up here it says A1 Edge Finder Pro. The reason it says Pro right here is because we actually have a free version of the Edge Finder. Yes, you heard that right. We have made a version of the Edge Finder completely free. It is a limited version of the Edge Finder, but it is different than a trial because it will never expire. So in the past, we have given out free trials of the Edge Finder in case you are interested in trying out the software for yourself. But instead of putting a time limit and a trial on it, we have given out a version of the software, again, a limited version of the software, completely free. If you want access to it, you can find that in the link down in the description below. But if you want the full version of the Edge Finder with access to every single feature that we have currently in the Edge Finder, as well as all updates to the Edge Finder for free, every new feature, every update, everything that we get added or that is added to the Edge Finder, you will get free of charge. If you get the Pro version of the Edge Finder up here, you can get it at a discounted price when you use code A1YT at checkout. So go down into the links in the description below. You can get the free version of the Edge Finder if you would like, but you can also get the Pro version of the Edge Finder for a discounted price when you use code A1YT at checkout. So let's go ahead and break down GBP USD. We have a score of -10, like I've mentioned, a super strong sell score of -10. We should add that. We should say super strong sell bias. Score of -10, COT data is a score of -2, and retail sentiment is a score of -1. Let's get into those numbers right over here. So COT data, or institutional trader data, this is what smart money traders are going long and short on. We can see that those institutional traders are currently 64.74% long, 35.26% short on the US dollar, and 62.81% short, 37.19% long on the pound. So institutional traders favored long on the dollar, clearly favored short on the pound. Retail traders, on the other hand, are 74% long, 26% short on this pair as a whole. So retail traders heavily favored long on this pair at the moment. Our seasonality is a score of -1, and we can see here that in the month of February, we're pretty much sat right on this neutral line right here, meaning that over the last 10-year averages, when we're taking a look at the price point of GBP USD, over the last 10 years in the month of February, how much has it moved? Does it typically trend upwards? Does it typically trend downwards in the month of February? Well, sitting right on this line, there's not a whole lot of movement, historically speaking, in the month of February over our last 10-year averages. But it certainly seems like we are making some moves to the downside in this month. And we can see that over here in our trend reading. Our trend reading is a score of -2. And we can see some nice little moves to the downside over the past couple of days. February 10th to February 13th, it made some moves to the downside, shot back up a little bit yesterday, but then has come back down again so far today. Price forecast predicts that that will continue to be the case. Our fundamentals, GDP growth, inflation, unemployment, and interest rates are all scores of -1. So the US dollar is beating out the pound in all four of these metrics right here, these fundamental metrics. So let's get into that. UK GDP growth 0% compared to 2.9% in the US. Again, our brand new inflation numbers that came out this morning for the pound, 10.1% compared to 6.4% here in the US. UK unemployment currently 3.7% compared to 3.4% here in the US. And lastly, interest rates 4% on the pound and 4.75% on the US dollar. So there we go. No matter how you look at it, looks like a pretty bearish currency pair at the moment, GBP USD, with a strong sell, super strong sell bias of a -10 score.
So you know what, let's focus on the dollar. We're going to just watch the dollar here on the 15-minute chart. We've got about 10 seconds. Let's see if what happens with the dollar here going into the release. Here it comes. If anything, we'll see if there's any sort of spike, and the dollar is up. Let us know if you guys have the numbers. Remember, share the numbers in the chat. Look at that dollar spiking to the upside a pretty good bit. Wow, USD JPY probably. Oh yeah, pain, man, pain. The trade that got away, right? Dollar yen, Euro USD selling off here. Wow, real big spike to the downside. What are the numbers looking like, guys? If you've got them, remember, drop them in the chat for us. Share with the class, kind of thing. We'll see if we can get them up on our end. Oh, there it is, 2.3, higher than expected retail sales. A hot number coming in, 3% for retail sales and 2.3 for core. That's a big beat here, you guys, and causing the dollar to really get strong here. Going into the release, you can see a breakout clean above And again, this is looking strong for the dollar case. SPX 500. Let's see any sort of reaction there. A little bit of a hiccup, but nothing crazy here. You've got the S&P not reacting too much to this, but the dollar, wow, the dollar loves this. And just a quick look at the Treasury yield, yeah, flying high. Interesting to see that. And you've got the dollar breaking above. The question is, will it hold these gains? But wow, what a breakout there. Watch this candle, you guys. The hourly chart will be interesting to see as we try and break above the previous structure high there. Very, very interesting to see. 3%. Wow. Yeah, crazy. And again, 3% coming out for retail sales numbers with 2.3% coming out for core, which is really interesting because core excludes, that volatile aspect of the automobiles, right? And so you're still seeing a big jump in retail sales numbers here in the previous reporting, which is very, very interesting. S&P, how's S&P looking? Yeah, not doing a whole lot. Not really seeing much of a reaction there. Gap down and then filled it immediately. So not too much volatility there to pay attention to or to speak of. What about gold? Did gold do anything? Gold still shooting to the downside. Sellers still in control when it comes to this chart. Like I said, we now have a sell reading on the edge finder, which is very interesting. Have not seen that in a little while. And the one that sticks out to me pretty clear as day is that 61.8% retracement, which matches up nicely with past levels of support, could turn into resistance. So if the dollar, if gold gives us a pullback here, this may actually be a sell setup for me, which would be unique. I've not been short on gold and I can't even tell you how long. There hasn't been an edge finder set up for a long time on gold on the short side. Dollar yen squeezing higher and making that run up. Bit of a tough one for me. Again, like I said, I caught most of this trade, but then got left out for the party. So it happens to the best of us. It happens to the worst of us. Happens to all of us. It's just trading 101 is sometimes you get left behind. And is it painful? Yes, it is. Is there anything you can do about it? No. Actually, yes. There's a lot you could choose to do about it, right? You can choose to make dumb decisions and chase stuff, right? If I was looking at this dollar yen and I was like, oh man, I missed the trade and I don't want to run it, so I'm just going to buy it now, right? That might work here and there, but you're going to build a habit that results long-term in probably a lot of pain and suffering as you just YOLO into trades and, fire from the hip trading is not great trading. I can tell you that. Yeah, dollar just looking so strong and breaking through the highs. Let me look at euro dollar. So euro dollar coming back down to the lows. I will say this, of course, I wanted the pullback, but I'm not above the idea of looking for the break and retest. So if we can see the dollar come down strong enough to actually break support, pullbacks are still something I'd be interested in on the long side. So we'll keep an eye on that, but like I said, not opposed to this idea of looking for a break and retest kind of opportunity, shorting the dollar. Shorting the euro. Gold showing up here, like I said, on the edge finder, very interesting to see. What else? Anything else on the edge finder that I really like? We'll double back and take a look at the indices. USD CAD might be of interest. I bet you USD CAD is getting close to trying to break that structure that we had marked up. Let's see. Dollar CAD, nope, not quite. I was thinking if we could get the breakout, there might be a retest opportunity on dollar CAD, but not quite yet there. Swiss yen, how's that guy doing? We talked a lot about Swiss yen recently. Still flying higher, and Frank and I both missing that trade a little bit. Actually, I don't think Frank is in that trade, but I could be wrong. If you guys aren't already inside of our Discord channel, what I'm referring to is that Frank and I share all of our trades. Frank is my right-hand man when it comes to trading. We've been trading together for almost, the better half of a decade, but not quite a decade. We've been trading together for a long time, and he's inside of our Discord channel, sharing all of his trades, as well as myself sharing my trades. I'll show you what that looks like, just so you can get an idea. If I take a trade, I share it within the Discord for everyone to see. Two things you should know is we have a paid version where you can see all of everything unlocked, but we also have a free version that might be interesting to you as well. We share ideas each day, coverage, keep you up with the latest when it comes to forex markets, stock markets, that sort of stuff. If that would be helpful to you, then right now in the chat, we're going to drop a link to the free Discord, which thank you to to you guys behind the scenes helping us out with that. They just dropped that link for you. So click that link, and then you can get access to the Discord channel that we offer for free. Yeah, and so Frank had his eye on Swiss yen. So we wanted it long, but you can kind of see where we marked up. It seems like recently it's been a lot of missed trading opportunities, which is truthfully, it is frustrating. And it doesn't matter how long I do this, there's still times where it's like you do your research and you're like setting everything up and you're like, I want to, for example, like let's say you want to buy the S&P 500. And just as an example, let's say you had everything marked up and you were going to buy it right here. And then this sort of stuff happens, right? It's going to happen. And it's a bit frustrating. And doesn't matter how long you do this stuff. Nobody is exempt from the market trailing them out too early or leaving them behind. What masterful level traders do is they don't pretend they don't have those emotions. They have them and they face them head on, but they don't make changes to what they're doing based on those emotions. I hope that makes sense. But a great trader still feels FOMO, still feels humiliation when they're wrong, still feels impatience, still feels all of those things. The best traders in the world feel those things. The difference is they don't act on those things. It's kind of like if like your relative at the table is saying something to you that is getting under your skin, a reserved person will hold their tongue because they know their family and they need to do the right thing. Somebody who can't hold it back and fires from the hip might say something that causes stir in the family. You know what I mean? Like the point is, everyone experiences that, but there's a level of professionalism when it comes to this stuff that professional traders utilize that unprofessional traders do not. And it's really that simple. You've got to be able to stay disciplined with this stuff. Otherwise, it is an ugly place to play. Like I said, gold looking really bearish. 61.8% retracement would be interesting to me, but we are far from that. Let's see if we can find anything else. AUD USD, what is that one doing today? The Australian dollar, look at that, tanking to the downside. And we've got to ask ourselves, where is there a setup here that we might be able to join on the Australian dollar? And there might be a way to trade this more on a more granular level. We could take our swing high from that spike on CPI numbers. You could possibly make an argument for something like the 50%. This level looks actually pretty good, right? So you've got a 50% retracement, still a ways away. So you're looking at from here, 67 pip rally before some sort of sell interest. But I do like this one on the sell side. So the Aussie dollar looks good if we can get it. Pound USD. Pound USD, we're going a little bit more granular to see if there's any sort of intraday ways to join in on some of these moves. Still, employing that patience level. I think you got to wait for, in this case, another 50% retracement level on the pullback should be something I would be paying attention to, but still a ways away. And again, my favorite two being the euro dollar and the dollar yen. But euro dollar, I've mentioned, I'd like to see on this one a break through the lows and then retest before entry.
Make sure you guys check out the links in the description if you need broker recommendations, access to our free Discord, or want to chat with us on Telegram. If you're interested in our trading software, the Edge Finder, you can find that in the description as well. Thanks for watching.